time really flies. Today we have the 2021 datcheebie K-Drama Awards. Welcome back to another year where we talk a whole lot about K-dramas that aired in the past year. Yes, clearly I watched way too many even though I was still pretty busy. Don't judge. Anyways, let's just kind of go over the format. Like most years, we have a bunch of categories ranging from dramatic, fantastic, 사랑해요, soul healing, need Wi-Fi for sci-fi, so thrilling, it's criminal, say yay for seiguk, slice of life, lawfully awesome, and most pleasant surprise. Yeah, you must be wondering what this all means, so let me translate this into plain English. It means melodramas or makjangs, fantasy or supernatural K-dramas, romance and rom-coms, medical K-dramas, sci-fi, thriller, crime detective dramas, seiguk historical dramas, slice of life K-dramas, legal K-dramas, and well, most pleasant surprise is most pleasant surprise. But before we actually start, I'd just like to confess that I did drop some K-dramas. First, Oh My Lady Lord, actually went pretty far deep. I stopped at episode 14 and I was like, sorry, can't watch this any longer. Mine, I think I watched up to episode 2. It was a little too dramatic, too dark, not my cup of tea. Mouse, lots of buzz, but I kind of got spoilers and I was like, I can't watch this year. Let's just start part 1 in earnest. Part 1. Hashtag ASMR. I'm really bad at this. So for one of the categories in part 1, we're actually going to use a new format this year. The other categories will be the same as last year where I just pick, one K-drama that's going to be the winner out of this entire pool. But this year, this one category has maybe a controversial outcome, spoiler alert. So I am going to use this new format. So let me explain how it works. So what I'm going to do is take each pool of K-dramas under each genre or category, randomize them into pairs, and then pick one of the two. And each round, we'll get some semifinalists, finalists, and choose the winner for each genre. I guess this might be more fair than, picking one out of the many. Process of elimination, survival of the fittest, whatever you want to call it. Okay, one last thing before I start. If you haven't seen my past K-drama awards, check the links in the cards and also the description box, as well as other K-drama content. And of course, make sure you subscribe, thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it, and leave your comments down below. I want to know what you think about K-dramas and my picks for this year. Well then, let's get started. Our first category are the soul healing or medical K-dramas. So I actually only watched 2 medical K-dramas this year. First is Hospital Playlist Season 2. If you haven't seen Season 1 and are not aware of this drama, I don't know where you have been. The second K-drama in this category is You Raise Me Up, starring Yoon Si-yoon, as you can see from the poster. Kind of borderline not a medical drama, but well, he does seek medical help from a urologist and he is dealing with some psychological pressures, so I guess it does fall into this category. Overall, a really great K-drama, but I have to say the winner is Hospital Playlist. I'm very sorry. I think Hospital Playlist Season 2 is just what we've been waiting for after Season 1, and it's just a very heartfelt drama with some solid acting. I mean, the cast is great, such great chemistry, such a great story. It not only just focuses on the main cast, but also kind of side stories of the patients that they see. Just all around very inspiring, very heartwarming, and I highly recommend that you check it out. Okay, next up we have the 사랑해요 or rom-com romance category. There are definitely a lot more contestants in this category, so do not worry. We have a solid 8 to get through and find out who the winner is. Okay, in the first bracket of round 1, we have You Are My Spring versus How to Be 30. Okay, You Are My Spring, technically borderline thriller, but it was more romance, so I put it in this category. How to Be 30 is just flat out romance. This is kind of hard, but I would actually pick How to Be 30. It was actually a very short web drama with 15-20 minute-ish episodes, and it's basically about a group of friends in their early 30s trying to reconcile their love. Maybe some love triangles and cheating and all that good stuff in a romance drama. So, yep, that's my pick for bracket number 1. On to bracket 2 with Dolly and the Cocky Prince and So I Married an Anti-Fan. So Dolly and the Cocky Prince was a very cute drama with suspense because there's some mystery involved to some extent. And So I Married the Anti-Fan was a very fluffy, cliche K-drama where you had two people kind of forced into living in the same space, contract marriage, celebrities, yada yada yada. By the way, it was filmed back in 2018 but couldn't secure a broadcasting slot until 2021. So it's kind of a warehouse kind of K-drama, but actually that's my pick out of the two. Not saying that Dolly and the Cocky Prince was not a good K-drama, but I think it did get a bit draggy and I don't know, it wasn't as charming as I would have liked it to be. On to our third bracket, we have Monthly Magazine House versus True Beauty. So, Monthly Magazine House is about a man who buys houses, so a real estate investor, and a woman who is struggling to find a place to live. And they cross paths as the owner of the magazine, a monthly magazine about living and home spaces, and the editor of this magazine. Yeah. I guess romance sparks do fly, and they kind of work to reconcile their differences and fall in love. True Beauty is based on a webtoon, and I actually did not have a school K-drama category for this year's K-drama awards, but this would have been under it if I had watched enough of them. But I feel like just growing older, I'm kind of outgrowing school K-dramas. Anyway, shameless plug, if you do want school K-drama recommendations, check out the description box or cards, because I do have a recommendation video on those. Okay, back to True Beauty. It's basically about a high school girl who gets bullied throughout her life because of her appearance being perceived as ugly, and she learned to use makeup to transform herself into a beautiful goddess. And along the way, she crossed paths with two handsome classmates, and yes, love triangle in high school. Yada yada yada. Okay, anyways, which one do I pick out of these two? As goofy as it is, I'm actually going to pick True Beauty. I think with Monthly Magazine House, the acting was definitely very mature and they are all very skilled in their performance, but I feel like I didn't feel the same oomph as I wanted to feel from this cast. And part of me just wants to keep True Beauty on this roster just because it was more cute. Okay, on to the fourth bracket in the first round, where we have Wonder Woman facing off with Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. Whoa! I'm reacting like this because some people could be very mad at me if I pick one over the other. Wonder Woman did amazing in terms of its ratings and just, yeah, blown away. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha was, of course, super popular. It also aired on Netflix, gained quite a following, so this is definitely a tough choice. Don't want to be political, but, you know, I have to hurt the feelings, I guess. So I am actually going to pick Wonder Woman. Scandalous, controversial, I'm so sorry, but it is my pick. The reason is Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha was very cute, it was very heartfelt, and dealt with a lot of very important themes, but I felt like it got very draggy and slow, whereas Wonder Woman was just very, very action-packed. I mean, like literally action-packed, and really captured your attention just throughout the 16 episodes. So I have to give it that. Okay then, now that I heard a lot of feelings and maybe losing some subscribers and viewers, let's move on to round 2. First bracket, we have True Beauty versus How to Be 30. Wow, they almost rhyme. And I guess another interesting thing is that this pair generator decides to put, one end of the age spectrum in high school with True Beauty against How to Be 30, which is literally about people entering their 30s and having a, I guess, premature midlife crisis with their romance. So pretty interesting. But yeah, how do I pick? I think I would actually go with True Beauty. And this time around, of course, like, these choices are all subjective, but this is super subjective in the sense that How to Be 30 made me kind of angry with the plot. It was kind of weird because there was a bunch of cheating and it just didn't make sense to me. Like, it was all for drama. Of course, True Beauty is also a drama, but I feel like it made a little bit more sense, and I think it touched on a lot more themes like, you know, standards of beauty, self-confidence, bullying, and how to kind of defeat that, overcome that, and become stronger. So yeah, that's my pick for bracket number 1 in round 2. On to bracket number 2 for round 2, we have Wonder Woman versus So I Married the Anti-Fan. I mean, I think this is a pretty easy pick. Wonder Woman clearly wins here. So Wonder Woman and True Beauty advance to the final round in 사랑해요, or romance and rom-com K-dramas of 2021. Okay, so we have come down to the final face-off between our last 2 finalists in the romance rom-com category. Wonder Woman, lots of action, lots of hilarity, lots of suspense, mystery, revenge, all that good stuff. True Beauty, revenge in its own right, but really trying to find inner beauty, self-confidence, and overcome past trauma. I think I would actually have to pick Wonder Woman. I mean, okay, with True Beauty, it's kind of a weird thing because Chanwoo is actually the same exact age, I mean, same birthday, same year as my human. But setting that aside, Wonder Woman is just much more kind of complex, and that's what you would expect with a more mature cast, more mature plot. Not saying that high school is something to be belittled. It's kind of a microcosm of society, and possibly even more savage to some extent because people don't have the maturity, that wisdom to behave. But then again, age is just a number. Age doesn't equate to wisdom, which is demonstrated by a lot of characters in our winner of this category, Wonder Woman. Congratulations! So yeah, that was the slightly more controversial category that I had to use this new format, the bracket format, but from here on out we're going to revert back to selecting one out of the entire pool. And let's do that with Need Wi-Fi for Sci-Fi! So you may have guessed this is our Sci-Fi K-drama category with actually only one candidate, Sisyphus the Myth, so by default this is our winner! Congratulations! To be honest, this K-drama was a bit... I don't know how to say it. I mean, I guess they approached the whole time travel aspect pretty well, closed a lot of loopholes, but at the same time, it kind of got a bit dull, surprisingly. So yeah, I mean, give it a try if you have a chance, but not a must-watch. And with that, we're going to actually end part 1 here. We're going to see you again in part 2 with more K-drama categories. Again, back to using that same format from last year and previous years where we just choose one K-drama out of the entire pool instead of using the bracket system like we did for the romance and rom-com category. So yeah, I'll see you in part 2. Remember to subscribe, hit like on this video, and of course check out the description for more K-drama related content. And I'll see you in part 2. Bye!